Today we're making sourdough pan de muerto, a traditional Mexican bread made for Día de Muertos. The round shape represents the cycle of life and death, and the decorations on top symbolize a skull and bones. It's often placed on altars or ofrendas to honor loved ones who have passed away, and then shared with family and friends. Let's start by zesting a large orange over a bowl of granulated sugar. Use your fingertips to rub the zest into the sugar to release all of its aromatic oils. It should smell absolutely amazing. I already have some bread flour in my mixer bowl, and to that add the milk, sourdough starter, eggs, orange blossom water, orange-infused sugar, the anise seeds, and some salt. The anise seeds add a subtle licorice flavor that balances the orange really nicely. I'm using a spiral mixer for this, but you can mix it by hand if you prefer. It'll just take a little more time. It'll look a bit shaggy at first, but it should start to hold together after a few minutes. Once it's starting to smooth out, you can begin adding the butter one piece at a time. After all of the butter has been added, knead the dough for a few more minutes until it's silky smooth and pulling away from the sides of the bowl. Roughly shape the dough into a ball and transfer it to a lightly greased bowl or a straight-sided clear container like this, which makes it really easy to see how high the dough has risen. During the first couple of hours, I like to give it a few sets of stretch and folds about a half hour apart. This helps build strength and gives you a nice even crumb and a good rise later on. Just reach your hand underneath, pull it up until you feel it start to resist, and fold it over. Repeat this all around. After about 6 to 8 hours, the dough should be soft, airy, and increased in volume by around 75%. This could happen faster if your kitchen is warm, or take longer if it's cool. It should have a nice round dome on top and spring back slowly when poked. I like to weigh the whole batch of dough and divide it by however many pan de muerto I want to make. Today I'm making 10 small pan de muerto. You can divide it into fewer portions to make larger ones if you like. Either way, the shaping goes the same way. Take a portion of dough and cut off about a third of it. Take the larger piece and shape it into a nice smooth ball. Brush an X over the top with some egg wash. The smaller piece of dough will be used to make the decorations. Cut that into thirds. This part can get sticky, so you can spray or rub a little oil onto your hands. Take one of the pieces and roll it into a rope, then spread out 3 fingers and keep rolling the rope out until it's bumpy and bone-like. Place that over one of the egg wash lines and repeat with the second piece. Form the last piece into a smooth ball and press it over the center. Place on a lined baking sheet and loosely cover with some greased plastic wrap and leave it to proof at room temp until puffy and soft. They won't double in size at this point. Brush on some egg wash to give them nice shiny tops and bake at 350 degrees Fahrenheit until puffy and golden brown, about 25 to 30 minutes. While the pan de muerto bake, we'll make some orange simple syrup using the rest of the orange we zested earlier. Weigh out the orange juice and add the same weight of sugar. Whisk to combine and bring it to a simmer until the sugar dissolves. Pour it into a heat-proof bowl to cool down slightly. Once the buns are cool, brush the tops all over with the syrup. It adds a beautiful shine and extra orange flavor, and most importantly, it helps all that sugar stick. These buns are soft, buttery, and so fragrant. They're fluffy and sweet, but not too sweet. Whether you celebrate Día de Muertos or not, I think it's a beautiful way to slow down and remember someone special. If you enjoyed this recipe, please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching.